there we are. I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
Now, what was that case number?
It's on your desk.
Oh, it's one of
Not the status hearing, the eviction hearing.
eviction hearing. Okay, yeah.
Okay. And Jeff Guthrie. Can you unmute, sir? Okay, there we go. All right, I've got you on with the judge. You have an eviction case against a Nikki Hughes. Judge, like I said, there's some documents that are in the case that are scanned in. They did not show for court today. And there are plenty of emails that I'm assuming are pictures or something like that that I couldn't get to open. So,
well, I emailed you those from my phone. They were the pictures of the property damage and the table that she.
It says in Hughes. Because it says Lily Z Moon. Is that you?
No, that is not me. I sent you the pictures of the property damage yesterday.
Okay, let me see if I got yours.
Should be from a Guthrie Jeff.
Guthrie? Okay. Judge, I will forward this over one to you. But they had sent a whole lot of other stuff in last night that I am not able to open. But as far as his pictures, Judge, I just forwarded them over to you.
Okay. It usually takes a minute to come across. And I see the other letters here.
Okay, Mr. Guthrie, what he'll do is he'll go ahead and get you sworn in, and then you guys will start discussing the case. Shouldn't take too long since we don't have the defendant here today.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Guthrie. Oh, we need to get you sworn in this morning. So we are in an eviction hearing. And if you'll raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir. I do.
Thank you. Then you are seeking to evict Nikki Hughes. On what grounds are you seeking this eviction?
Psychotic behavior and destruction to the property.
Okay. I'm showing that Miss Hughes elected not to appear today. Are you in touch with her?
Not since she's moved everything out. She's left us some remnants of some stuff that I've reached out to ask her what she was going to do with them, and I haven't heard back from her.
You filed for a monthly rent of $600. Is that correct?
That's what she did pay, yes.
And are you seeking any unpaid back rent?
No.
No. So you're asking for a $0 judgment.
That's correct. I just wanted her out of the property.
Okay. And the grounds for this is the destruction of property. And you have sent me pictures here of tell me what these pictures mean.
Well, the door trim's broken from her continually slamming the door. She had an incident where she came in and started breaking glass all over her room and then up and down the hallway. And then she threatened to harm herself and others in the room, menacing them with a razor knife. Threw said knife across the room in the direction of my grandson. My future daughter-in-law felt so unsafe that she left the home with the child. So, then she came in and took a butcher knife and stabbed a custom-made table. That's the picture where you could see the Shiner box caps.
If
we were going to try to
just for a second, Mr. Guthrie, I'm sorry. Judge Nikki Hughes just joined Zoom. Do you want to let her in and swear in since you just got started, or? Do I just remove her from the meeting? Is it too late?
Go ahead and we'll admit her.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Guthrie, 1 second. It'll still be your turn to talk. Let me just get her in. Okay, Nikki, can you go ahead and unmute yourself, please? Okay, Nikki,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. My name is Savannah, and I'm with Precinct 4. I'm the eviction clerk, and you're here with an eviction court hearing with Judge Lance Cancino and Jeff Guthrie as the plaintiff. You are late to the meeting. We did just barely start, so we'll kind of start over. The judge is going to swear you in. You and Mr. Guthrie are not to speak to each other. You can only address the judge. Do not interrupt each other. Everybody will get a fair turn to talk, okay? We're going to go ahead and have the judge swear you in. And then Mr. Guthrie, you can just kind of start over with what you were explaining to the judge.
Okay, well, I was logged in and I didn't know I had to hit another button. I apologize.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Hughes, if you'll raise your right hand to be sworn in this morning. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir. I swear.
Okay, thank you. Then where we have started is this is an eviction hearing. Mr. Guthrie is seeking to evict you and all other occupants from 5503 9th Street. I am showing that you have appeared this morning. And Mr. Guthrie, go ahead and if you'll begin again, please tell me the reasons behind your seeking this eviction.
The psychotic behavior and the destruction of the property, tearing up the door trim, breaking glass up and down the hallway, menacing herself with a razor knife, tossing said razor knife across the room, the direction of other people in the house, including my 4-month-old grandson, basically destroying a custom-made table with a butcher knife, with witnesses, stabbed the table. This is a custom-made table. And that was just the final line. I busted about 6 or 7 pictures worth of glass up and down the hallway. When I got home, there was glass from the front door all the way back to her bedroom, and then a pile of broken glass in her bedroom as well. Just can't have that around my grandson. So she's already effectively moved everything out of the house. There's some remnants of some stuff that I've reached out to her to ask her to come get. And of course, I haven't heard from her.
Okay. And is there any relationship between the two of you?
She's my aunt.
She's your aunt. Okay, I see. And she has already moved out, so you are just seeking to have it legal possession, I suppose, then.
That's correct. I'd like to change the lock. So.
Okay. Okay. Do you have anything further to add at this time?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Then, Ms. Hughes, do you have a defense this morning?
No, Your Honor. Basically, he stated in the eviction, he checked, let me see if I can find it. Contractual, something about contractual failure to pay rent. I believe I sent all the Venmo where there was no contractual agreement. I paid my rent Venmo every month as I was supposed to, on time. I fulfilled my obligation to pay the rent as I was supposed to. he stated in a sworn court that he had given me a 30-day, already had given me a 30-day move out notice, which he did not, because if he had done that, why would I have given him money for a passport to go to Belize? We were all planning to sell the house and go to Belize. The actions of that day were witnessed only by Haley Smith, who I feel had wanted me out of the house from the time she had decided that her and the grandbaby were wanting to move in. For some reason, she had taken an unliking to me. I had done nothing but, cared for that grandson. I loved that grandson. I forwarded a picture of me comforting and coddling that grandson at one time. There was nothing but drinking and partying going on that house, all the time. There was liquor being delivered to that house daily by a company called Drizzly. I found out, I didn't even know. I was shocked that you could have liquor delivered to that house. It's like, you can have liquor delivered to the house? That's how behind the times I am at this. Jeff was selling off, property of mine as junk. I was trying to coordinate and have a yard sale of things of mine. He got irritated that I wasn't doing it in a timely manner to his. The night before, I come in from out of town from being with a friend of mine, and he instantly jumped my case. I'm not going to repeat the words he used and said to me. They were not nice. I'm not going to state what they were, but it was the F word, the C word, you old B. I just wasn't doing things in Jeff's timeline. It was always Jeff's way or no way. He's the man. 3 times that day, he got in my face, within 3 inches of my face, like this. I showed you pictures. I sent pictures of my injuries. Those were not self-caused. I was injured that day. I ended up in the ER. I am now wearing a foot up to my knee boot. My foot is fractured. The ER released me. They did a picture of my foot. Oh, your foot is fine. Well, Dr. Mendez, I've had my foot x-rayed again yesterday. My foot is fractured. I failed to do this one piece of evidence right here to y'all. It's where Dr. Brace place. I'm in a boot up to my knee. There was no psychotic behavior. This is all Haley's word against my word. Haley witnessed these events. Haley said, Haley Smith. This is grandbaby's mama. She wanted me out of that house. There was all drinking that day. There was drinking every day in that house, sir. Not by me.
Have you already left the premises?
Yes, I did leave the premise because a friend of mine, April Robinson, is where I'm staying. She finally said, Nikki, I am concerned about your safety. She got online, got a hold of the first moving company that could immediately get me out of there, paid for a storage unit, and got my stuff out of there, my heavy stuff, my furniture.
How about the Mr.
Adult Protective Services got involved. Friends of mine got concerned. My sister and brother-in-law came down there that weekend. He serves me with the 72-hour notice of psychotic behavior because the police department that showed up to make him let me in the house the next morning, well, they tell him how to do this. Oh, go down and tell him she's psychotic. He later brags to me, those were friends of mine. I know them. That's why they made you look like a fool.
Oh.
I have a wellness officer. I had people doing wellness checks on me. The officer, TJ Morton, came and talked and said, there's no way you were psychotic. My little sister came down to help me. I sent y'all evidence of text between myself and his mother with her apologizing for him being, pardon my language, an asshole. Various, texts between his mother and I about him being a dreamer, him being, first he was going to put the house up on an Airbnb and us live on a camper trailer on the weekends. It was, he had so many projects for this house. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And his mother told him, stop it, Jeff. Pick one project and stay with it. And that's when he decided, we'll sell the house. We'll go live in Belize. It was going to be him, myself, and his son, Dylan. And then all of a sudden, the what hit the fan.
All right. And so you have moved out, but you still have some
No, I have nothing I want left there. Nothing I want left there.
Okay.
He said, I'm not speaking to you anymore. So he has reached out to me in text. I take it that he's not speaking to me anymore. So therefore, I have not responded to anything he has sent to me in text. He made it very clear to me, you are no longer alive to me. You mean nothing. I'm not speaking to you. So therefore, I have not responded anything. But I feel that I was, illegally evicted from that house on the whims of his grandbaby's mama.
Okay. And Mr. Guthrie, you said that there was still some property. What
Handful of clothes, some groceries I'd put together for spices, some cookbooks, a couple of pictures that she managed to not break. That's about it. 2 cat boxes, of course, the zoo that she has, but there's 2 cat boxes that she never came back and got.
So
And it's miscellaneous stuff. It's nothing, doesn't seem like anything of consequence, but I have saved it.
So it's boxed up and
Yes.
it's in the residence.
Yes, by the front door.
Okay. And you are simply requesting permission to set that outside then?
Just to get rid of it. If she doesn't want it, I'll gladly get rid of it.
Okay. Miss Hughes, do you want any of that?
The man did bodily harm to me. I'm afraid to go near him, but I was illegally evicted from that. He's claiming compensation. Things got out of hand that day, all due to grandbaby's mama.
Okay.
I was, I'm being blamed for CPS being involved. He tells my little sister, oh, she turned Haley into CPS. She's going to jail, to prison for 3 years and a $10,000 fine. I did not do anything involving CPS. My friends got Adult Protective Services involved.
I see. So you have left, and you have another residence now?
No, I am staying with a friend. Adult Protective Services is going to help me trying to get my own place, but I have limited time left. My animals, I had to euthanize a cat that I was planning on euthanize at a later date. That already had to take place. I have had friends come together and help me. All the while, they're laughing in the kitchen. Where are her friends now? Who's come to her aid? Little did they know I had friends working in the background, funneling money, into my bank account, helping me out, and they're all making fun of me. Huh, yeah, it's cost me, my big sister. Well, I no longer have a big sister. He's making fun of my little sister's religion and her belief in God and all this. I have had friends come together and help me, but I was illegally. He lied in a court of law to you. His sworn statement, it states, contractual agreement. Let me find it on the page. That is a sworn statement to you. Failure, contractual agreement of $600 a month rent. I proved to y'all in a court of law. I proved to you. Venmo sent me my statements. I never failed to pay my rent for 1 year on time. And he lied about the fact that he had given me a 30-day move out. He had not. If he had, he would not have taken money for a passport to go to Belize.
Did you get a notice anytime about the
Oh,
eviction?
he gave me that 72 where he typed up on his computer. I sent all of that. I sent all of this. I sent,
Our notice, the 72.
yes, it's 72 due to outlandish and psychotic behavior and threat to others, damage to household. There's no damage to, what did he say? A door frame? There's no damage to a door frame. I did not damage any property. An outlandish behavior
There is-
amount owed
There is a
$3,200.
ma'am, there is a picture of damage, but you're saying you didn't do that damage?
Who witnessed that? Haley?
You sent a picture of it,
Who witnessed it? That's Haley's word against,
but there is a picture of that.
yes, but who witnessed it?
I'm just saying, if you didn't do it, did it happen? Did Haley do it, you're saying, or is that what you're testifying, or?
It's her word against mine.
I see. Okay. Well, do you want to move back in? You don't want to move back in?
No, I don't want to move back in, but I was illegally evicted on the grounds he states. He stated, I carefully read that on the back of, he stated, let me find my pages. My glasses got broken. I'm wearing these glasses, but he swore to you on this of,
A 3-day notice.
he swore to you on the failure contractually on the rent. And you saw the pictures of me. I filed and Detective
Ma'am,
Barnes.
your pictures did not
spoke
come, ma'am. The way that
Pardon?
you sent your pictures in through email is requiring
Yes.
me to download a completely different program that the county does not use. So no, those pictures are not part of this hearing today.
But my evidence of
The only thing that I
rent
was able
payment?
to, ma'am, the only thing I was
Yes.
able to print out was the Venmo. Where you
Yes.
sent the Venmo Excel spreadsheet, and then I don't know if it was you were just typing or if those were supposed to be text messages with all the language in them, but those are scanned into the case, and the Venmo payments are scanned into the case. But any photos from your end are not, because they required a different program to view or print them out.
Okay. And how about what Haley was sending her diagnosis of me to my little sister?
I don't know, ma'am. Everything that you sent me is showing through a file that I cannot open. The only thing that I got, there's one that says this is a picture of Haley Smith, Wyatt's mom, the mother of grandson. I can't print that out because it's requiring a different system. So I got the letters or the emails that you typed up, and I got the Venmo Excel spreadsheet. Other than that, everything else is not something that the judge can view or has seen.
Okay, well, all I know is all I could do was send it the way, I could send it from my phone.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a part of the case, you could have brought them up here prior to. If you want them scanned into the case for any reason, you can still bring them up here and I can scan them into the case. But other than that, they're just on an email that we can't open.
Okay, but I proved it, it stated, reason for eviction was, contractually, about rent. And that he had given me a 30-day move out notice.
Well, on the petition that he filled out, and Judge, I don't know if you've already opened that or not.
Yes.
He did not say that he'd given you a 30-day notice. He said that he gave you a 72-hour notice on April the 22nd. He did not come in and file it until April the 26th. And he did not put down that he was evicting you for unpaid rent. The petition does ask what is the total monthly rent, and so he has to fill out that the monthly rent is $600. But when he filed, he said there are other grounds for eviction. You do have a copy of this paper. He did not check the box that says unpaid rent. He only checked the box that said other grounds for eviction.
And based on that, based on the proper 3-day notice having been given and your testimony and Mr. Guthrie's testimony, I am proceeding with the eviction. There is a $0 judgment. There will be court costs associated with that. Bond for appeal is set at $600. And you are evicted this morning. You must contact Mr. Guthrie or make arrangements to pick up the rest of your stuff. And if not, then Mr. Guthrie is going to dispose of that.
So if I want to appeal, I need to pay $600.
That's correct.
Yep. I don't wish to appeal. I just, you heard my case. I thought I'd send in enough evidence, but Savannah says it could not be opened up in what I sent, but I did send in evidence of bodily injury that was afflicted on me that day by Mr. Guthrie.
And I think the best thing is that the two of you be separated. And so I think that is accomplished with the eviction. Thank you, and we're done.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Okay, Judge, we're going to leave this meeting. Troy is going to be on a meeting, but it's going to be on a different meeting ID.